The story of Rahab is one of the most unlikely and profound stories of redemption in the Bible. She was a prostitute in the city of Jericho, a woman who lived on the margins of society. When two Israelite spies came to her city, she chose to hide them and to help them escape. In return, she and her family were saved from the destruction of the city. We see her as a woman who was saved by her faith, a beautiful example of God's grace. But her story is more than that. It is a story of a woman who was not just saved, but redeemed and given a place in the lineage of the Messiah. Rahab was not a good woman. She was a prostitute, a woman who lived a life of sin. But she was also a woman of faith. She had heard about the God of Israel and his miraculous power. She knew that the God of Israel was a God who was to be feared and respected. She had a faith that was so profound that she was willing to risk her life for people who were her enemies. Her act of faith was not in a moment of convenience, it was a moment of profound courage. But the most profound part of her story is in her redemption. Rahab was not just saved from the destruction of her city. She was brought into the community of Israel. She married an Israelite man and had a son named Boaz. Her son, Boaz, would one day marry Ruth, a Gentile woman who was also an outcast. And their great-grandson would be none other than King David. Rahab, the prostitute from Jericho, is mentioned in the genealogy of Jesus himself. The unlikely redemption of Rahab is a powerful and essential lesson for us today. It reminds us that God's grace is not reserved for the perfect. It is for the broken, the outcast, and the forgotten. It shows us that our past does not define our future. Rahab was a woman who was on the outside, but she was brought in and given a place in the most important story in all of history. The story of Rahab is a timeless reminder that God's love is a love that is willing to cross all boundaries and to redeem the most unlikely among us.